What's going on, y'all? I'm Czar, and in this video, I want to show you Cube from Lunacy Audio. This is by far the most unique, creative, and fun virtual instrument that I've used this year. So what is Cube? I'm going to flip over to the website to explain this because it's hard for me to even put this in my own words. So the Cube is a 3D sound blender. A cube is a 3D space for morphing between different samples. Each corner of the cube is a sound, and you can use the orb in the middle to blend these sounds together. The closer the orb is to a corner, the louder that sound will be. Drag the orb with your mouse, control it with external hardware, or choose from over 40 automatic orbit motion paths. So what that means is we have the orb here in the middle. I'm going to play a sound, and we're going to drag these to these corners. So here in the middle, it's morphing between those four samples there. And if you click sounds here, here's all the samples that's loaded for this particular preset here. You also have orbits, which let's just select one, and you can create your own of these as well. These are different orbits or paths that orb will take to help you blend between these sounds and samples. Here's your main view in the middle. You also have your modulation, and of course you have effects. We have 8 effects here that you can use. And back to orbits, if we enable orbit here, you also have, if you have an XY controller, you can see how just the possibilities that you have with changing these orbits as well as changing the sounds. Let's go through some of these. Actually, the orbit motion down here at the bottom, so right now it's set to 16 bars, which is its longest length, but if we set this to quarter note, now it's faster, which will of course change the sound. You can change the intensity, offset, jump to another preset here. And you can choose these orbits for any of these presets. And where we've had it set to division here previously, you can also click this division and you have a slower or faster slider that you can use as well if you didn't want to use something that's so tempo synced. All right, go through one more preset here. Let's go with this one. Let's set this to its fastest here. Let's do one more. All right, so there's a quick overview of just the controls and what you can do with it here. I'm going to play a track that I've made here with Cube. I've got 1, 2, 3 instances of Cube here, and I will play them. I'll go through them so you can see what each one is doing. So everything on here is using Cube except for the drums. few more controls I want to mention really quickly. On the main screen, on the far left, you have, let's jump to one more, just pick another preset here. But on the far left, you have ether, which is going to change the intensity of the sound. So let's see what this sounds like. That's with the ether at 0 and at 100%. All right, we're going to grab one more preset. That one's not as obvious, I'd say. For most of these, this really does make a difference. It's interesting sounds. Turn up the ether. That should be a good one. Okay. So, ether at 0% and at 100%. So there we go. Pretty drastic difference there. So you can also change the sound. If you didn't want to go through the orbits and all of that, if you feel that's too complicated, I mean, you can change the sound just with this ether slider. You also have a filter here on the right as well as macros that you can use as well to also shape the sound. A couple things I want to point out, which is really, again, unique to Lunacy Audio that I've seen here, is we jump over to the website and scroll down here. They've got a 14-day return policy. I've never seen this for a plugin before. No questions asked. Return your purchase within 15 days of completing your order for a full refund. Read more about our return policy here. That's pretty crazy for a plugin. We've always seen plugins as being non-refundable. So, interesting thing they've got there. Also, preset packs. I haven't messed with these yet, but I've recently downloaded them. I just haven't installed them yet. But we have 3 free preset packs available here if you get Cube. All right, so that's a look at Cube from Lunacy Audio. I will have a link in the description if you want to check this out or learn more about it. If you like this video, I'd appreciate a thumbs up. If you want to continue to see content from me, then you know what to do. All right, any questions, comments, let me know, and I'll catch y'all next time. I want to invite you to check out my podcast, the Faders Up Podcast, where we discuss pro audio and beyond. We discuss everything from recording to gear to the music business. So if you're an audio engineer, songwriter, recording artist, music producer, this podcast is for you. We recently started season 2, and we're going to have a lot of listener questions on this season, as well as some really cool guests that's lined up and giveaways as well. So if you've already subscribed and followed the podcast, thank you. If you haven't, it's available on all platforms, and I encourage you to check it out. Also, rate it and review it and let us know what you think.